Hey everyone, Skinny Elephant here, doing some calcio in Italy. Always interesting to see Milan not finish in top five. You know what? Whatever. It's what it is. Until the top, the board, Berlusconi and Galliani are gone, we'll continue to field a mediocre squad. And seventh place. It's not great. It's better than last season, which was 11th. But I mean, you can't settle for seventh, which is not great for a club with 7 Champions Leagues, just 18 or 19 titles.
The amount of money we spent in the summer too.
Spent, was it 75 or 80 mil?
I know a lot of money.
No, we spent a lot of money to finish seventh, which is not right at all.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Juventus again, not a surprise by any means. They started off very weak, very slow start to the season. Went on a 11-game win streak, and it was 11, right? 11 or 12 game win streak, and just killed it towards the end. They're a better team. They should have done as well as they did. And here we are, Serie sit, 5 years in a row. Juventus are champions. Yeah.
She's dead in a row, yeah.
Yeah.
Real surprise, when they're at the bottom, was like, what's happening? Is Allegri pulling another Milan? Is he really trying to... I had a little theory that he likes to crash. He's such a brilliant manager. He likes to crash teams to, make things interesting in the league, but I guess he proved me wrong. Juventus just came back from that and really, really stuck out. Well, you can't blame them. When you lose Pirlo, who's such a big part of that Juventus team, it's hard. It's come on. Like, Marquisio did play the role really well.
You got Marquisio, you have Pogba.
But it's Pirlo. He's a legend. And not to say the rest of the Juve team is, but when you rely on such a player, it kind of obviously has an effect when he leaves.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Teams like Napoli did very, very well this year. Napoli and Roma again continued to their success from last year and did very, very well this year. Napoli was contending with Juventus for a good while, and then ended up dropping off towards the end there,
Tying a lot of games,
losing and tying some crucial games there. And Higuain had a very good season though, with 33 goals.
36 goals.
36.
He got a hat trick today. He broke the record. Yeah. Seriously?
Yeah. Seriously.
Okay. Yeah. Go on though.
Anyways, either way, breaking record. Man, that's pretty actually good. He broke the record.
All those choke artists, Twitter abusers from the World Cup and the what's it called? What's the Spanish thing called again?
Copa America.
Copa America.
Doesn't matter. Once he misses, he'll be back in the limelight. No, I'm being legit. Once he misses, it'll be all over him again.
Yep.
But Tony had 35, wasn't he? Look at Tony at 35. But
not this season, but yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? That's another point I guess we'll make. Luca Toni, farewell season. Legend for Serie.
Legend for Italy.
Yeah, legend for Italy. World Cup winner and league winner. He will be missed with Bayern as well. Actually, didn't he win? He won the league with Bayern, so will be missed there. Sassuolo, the surprise package at number 6 this season, with the Europa League spot waiting. All depends what happens with Milan in the Coppa Italia. So I'd like to see him win that, but we'll see what happens there. I have to face Juventus on that one. Inter looked pretty good for the longest time. Sad to say, I don't like saying that, but they were in first. They looked like favorites towards the second half of the season there, and just choked, just lost, and we lost a few games there. Fiorentina again towards the second half just dropped off. Roma and Napoli took over towards the end there. Sherrari's loan back to Roma really helped them.
The Roma team in general just looked invigorated after he came.
They looked really, really good. But when Rudy Garcia was fired and Spalletti came in there, that was huge for them. Lazio and Milan, very disappointing seasons this year, both finishing 7th and 8th, respectively.
Respectively, okay.
Like I said, until the board changes, until Galliani sells, or until or Berlusconi sells and Galliani goes, it's not nothing's gonna happen.
You need to keep a coach too.
Keep a coach for more than a year would be great too,
Yeah.
or hire a coach that's actually qualified. They'll just hire inexperienced coaches every time.
Well, we'll see who they hire for next season. See if they get bought up by a Chinese corporation or not.
If they get bought up by the Chinese, Maldini's coming in.
I'd like to see Maldini there. Yeah. Especially his son come up. They better bring up his son. They better play Locatelli. They have all these guys they're not using.
You know, you have Maldini's son, in the minors, like he said, and Locatelli, guys like that.
Barely played Mastur. Serie.
Mastur's on loan though, and Serie, they kicked him off.
No, Mastur's he's the what's it called?
He's on loan at Malaga.
He's buy.
Yeah,
They sold him to buy back. No, it's a loan.
it's a 2-year loan, and then with
Oh, okay.
buyback. That's what it is.
Just
It's
the
Malaga.
business we're doing is just stupid. It's just stupid, and it doesn't make any sense. Getting rid of all these young guys. They got rid of Cristante for no reason, but this isn't about Milan. This is about the Serie A as a whole.
No, they had Aubameyang, they had Socrates, they had
Miranda.
Cristante, Miranda was really, really young. Yeah, that was a really young one. Darmian was there. You know, just many players. The list goes on of how many players they just let leave.
We could have
the
used
club.
Aubameyang right now. Imagine two striker Aubameyang and Baca. We would just be on fire.
Yeah, could have used a few players there. Thiago Silva and Ibra again. If Ibra comes back next year, it would be great.
I'd love for him to come back, especially to help shape the minds of our younger players.
Well, Thiago Silva, like when he left, it was like
Both of them, they're like, why are we leaving? It's
no.
'cause-
I mean, Ibra didn't want to go too, but when the thing is with Ibra, at least Serie stepped in and filled in later on. When Thiago Silva left, we couldn't defend for our life. Like we couldn't defend it for life's dependent on it. When Thiago Silva left, it was up to Serie to score 2 or 3 a game there. Or we would have lost a few games there in the end. But I guess we'll that's it for Milan. I don't really want to say too much. Just disappointing, to say the least.
We'll do next season talk. We'll have a good amount of things to say.
Oh, I'll say a few things.
I think we both have a few words.
I have a few choice words there.
Of all the regular promoted teams, Bologna stayed in with obviously good funding with Kobe Bryant and some other investors.
Yeah, they have Kobe Bryant's investors to thank for that one for sure.
Verona dropped, and your hometown for your Nona.
Sad to see them go. It was a fairy tale to say the least that they were even promoted, and then not too shocking that they were relegated, but it is unfortunate. I'm sure my Nona would have loved to see Frosinone in the top flight. So it was a great 1-year story, and if
hopefully they can come back.
If they come back, it'd be great. We'll see what happens. They made some money, so hopefully put it to good use, and we'll see them back next year, possibly. Carpri actually spent more than Frosinone had, and could have maybe survived, but Palermo and Udine just by the skin of the teeth surviving there at 17 and 16. Bologna in 14th, again, with the funds they spent, should have been there, should have been saved. So
Torino were an unfortunate drop. They had a very, very good first half, and then towards the end they kind of just fell off because Torino have a very, very good young Italian squad. A lot of Italian players in the team. It has one of the more, say you're kind of a neutral fan and you have Italian roots, a team like Torino or Napoli have a lot of Italian players on there, compared to most of Serie A. And a lot of good youth there, like you said.
Yeah, guys like Zappacosta and Immobile came back and did a good job, but Basile and Belotti, all those guys, Benassi was really good, and they had a very good start. They were sitting in 3rd at one point, and just dropped off. They lost 7 in a row, and Immobile coming back really helped them succeed later on, but it was just too late to make up all the damage that had already been caused. Chievo and Empoli in 10th. Unfortunate for them, but they play very amazing football. Very, very good quality football. Quick one-touch passes, and Sapinara looks really good, and we let him go.
He was actually one of the best creators in all the Serie A this year.
He had a really good year. Yeah.
We're probably regretting that. That's what we missed and liked a lot.
Yeah, exactly. The Milan doesn't. If you're good, just go. We don't want you.
No,
But
it's unfortunate, and Roma, like, it's going to be very interesting. They had Chesney, who's pretty good, solid this year. He's going back to Arsenal.
yeah,
There
we'll
was a
still
bit of
buy
a
it.
fiasco with Spalletti and Totti, and Totti just signed recently another year extension. So it's going to be interesting and a good thing for Totti to stay. I hope he retires next year instead of sticking around. Retire while he's still kind of at his best. Not his best, but still in one of the top leagues. Hopefully Roma can do much better in the Champions League than they did this year. Hopefully they can get further.
That was an unlucky draw, though. Real Madrid. It was very unlucky to face Madrid in the round of 16, but
it's going to be very interesting for them. Juventus activated the buyout clause for Roma. I don't know if it's happening because Bayern are also looking at them. For Pjanic, I meant to say Pjanic.
yeah, I was like, what?
Strootman recently came back. Hopefully he becomes the player he is. He was shown to be for his really, really big injuries. Serie is going back to Milan. I don't think they're paying the money.
Yeah, there's a huge fiasco with Roma there. They have too many players that are mediocre and then decide to pay them a lot of money they don't have. So guys like Serie and Chesney and who else did they loan that will not be bought back there. Dzeko, I believe, was bought outright though because he's actually owned by Roma.
Okay.
So they bought Dzeko out though, which would be. Feel like he's a good striker if he could stay healthy. So that should be interesting next year. But there's a lot of underrated players in Serie A, and they don't have the money the other leagues have. But the thing is, they maintain the quality, which a lot of leagues don't. But the Premier League consistently is buying these players. They don't develop quality; they buy quality, which is unfortunate for leagues like Serie A. And not that La Liga doesn't have money. Madrid and Barca and all those guys Atletico have money, but it's the lower teams that cannot keep their players that or decide to sell because they need the money, and it's the Premier League buying that quality, which is unfortunate because a lot of players leave and go to those clubs from Serie A, and that's why it continues to dip. But this year looked really solid. A lot of the lower teams like Empoli and Sassuolo played really good football, and it's nice to see that. It's nice to see the attacking game back. A lot of three defense formations in Serie A this year, which is always good to see. So
A lot of goals scored. You forgot to mention that.
yeah,
A lot of goals scored.
yeah, a lot. Yeah, a lot of teams in the 80, 70 mark or 60 mark up there. That's really good to see. And I think the biggest factor is just like in Germany, how it's pretty much a Bayern league. It's kind of going to be a Juventus league for a few more seasons anyway. Napoli could contend in the future. Maybe not next year. I think Juventus will still win one more season and then maybe contend, unless Juventus take Champions League very seriously.
It's going to be
But
interesting.
I still think they have enough to win the league.
Well,
they're probably
Napoli's
a good
getting
team.
rid of Higuain, right? So it's up to them to be able to fill that role. I think
At least they're actually holding the
no.
buyout clause, though.
Yeah.
At least they're
They're going to get
at least they're actually
get a good player
asking for like a good amount.
Mhm.
They're not just gonna let him
No.
go there for nothing. Pull a Dortmund, just let him go for nothing. No, because his buyout clause is actually like 100 mil.
He's going for
Higuain.
around like 60, 70 million pounds.
Higuain?
Yeah.
No.
I'm surprised Chelsea they're going to get him, to be honest. I'm surprised even going to Chelsea. I thought a player like Higuain, he has ambition. He wants to play for a team that's actually going to compete in the Champions League. Like go to a team like Arsenal or go to a team like
Napoli wasn't in the Champions League though.
They're trying to
in
build
Europe though, but yeah, they're trying to build a team.
Yeah, Chelsea, Conte, nothing against Conte, nothing against Chelsea. Just right now they're not really in the building stage. They have players. They're just trying to buy players to instantly fill that role, which I don't think is going to do too well the first year, but that's just me. I don't know. Is there anything else before predictions for next year or no?
Like I said, the quality is still there, minus the money. And this year was more of an entertaining league than it has been in a good while.
Mm-hmm.
So those who watched it, I'm sure were thoroughly entertained, unless you're a Milan fan. Watching that, and Donnarumma was great. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Probably the biggest breakout
He was
player
one of our
in
best
all of Europe.
players. Yeah.
You know, at 16 years old, I had to mention him quickly before I forgot.
No.
The future of Italian football, and we'll probably sell him next year because.
Oh, better not.
Well, no,
I think it might.
Better not, but I'll turn into a Juve fan. I'll cheer for Juve if we sell Donnarumma. I've said that how many times now? I'm not kidding. I will eventually convert to a Juve fan.
No, better not.
At that point, if they sell Donnarumma, because I'm just through with it all. But okay, I'll hear your prediction first.
You know what? I'm Juve, unless somehow I think the only really true contender for the top is Inter. I hate to say it, but if they get rid of Mancini, they get another coach, or even keep Mancini. I think they really fell off towards the end of the season, but if they keep that consistency going, they have the team to win. They have the team to seriously contend against Juventus. Napoli, they can also win, but missing a huge part in Higuain, and they can get a really good player, but they're not going to click right away, and I think that's going to be a huge thing. Because Juventus, they're going to start from the get. They're just going to keep on. They're going to win games from the get and continuously do that. They have no really any issues to worry about. Morata was barely playing this season, so if he goes back to Madrid, they're not going to be necessarily missing a player too much. And if they get Giroud, they're going to have a decent backup striker, and he actually plays their style compared to Arsenal. I think Crotone is going to do very well and maybe get bottom, barely just survive. They've been very, very, very they were just tearing it up in the Serie B. They have some of the craziest, if not the best fans, passionate fans in Italy, and really, really offensive football. So I like to see them do well. And you know what, Milan, depending on who comes in, if Ibra comes in, maybe pick up Berardi, play Locatelli. I'd like to see a top 6 finish. I'd actually like to see him get 7th again, more so for the fact that, unless we get Champions League. Yeah. I don't want to play Europa League because our players are going to be dead. We're going to buy more mediocre players, and they're just not going to do well. So, if we get 7, that's going to be a blessing in disguise. We can focus on playing our players, make sure they develop and get better, and then the year following, we have the team that can contend for the title, and that's what I'd like to see. I like the stuff the reason why we're not okay with Milan doing this right now is because they're not actually trying to be better. They're just trying to magically win the league every year, and it's not going to happen. They need to seriously get down, put the right players in. It's not magic. It's a project. They need to. You don't automatically just build
it's spending
money on stupid players.
It's spending big money on mediocre players like Bertolacci for 20 mil. To me, was not a good buy. You know what? He may be.
He's not a bad player. He just doesn't suit the formation.
He's not worth 20 mil by any means.
No, it's because he didn't want Roma to have him. That's stubborn. That's just stupid. You could have spent 30 mil on an actual really quality player. They could have got Soriano, which would have been really awesome to have.
Soriano would have gone for that around there too, which I believe Soriano is a better and more creative player than Bertolacci is. It's back in the day when they spent 10 million on Matri, and Carlos Tevez went for the exact same fee to Juventus, and tore it up at Juventus, led the league twice in scoring, and then you had freaking Matri on the bench half the time, scoring like 2 goals a season.
He scored more than that. I know, but yeah.
No, the first year he only scored 3 goals in the Milan jersey.
Okay.
That's it. It was only 3 goals. And that's what I'm talking about. It's spending big money on stupid. Well, I don't want to say stupid players, but spending big money on players that aren't as good as we think they are.
Don't suit our style, and they don't. It's just spending money to spend money. It's basically what it is, which is. Yeah, it looks good. Hey, you were spending money on.
You know what? Baka's a good striker. Don't get me wrong. $30 million was nowhere near reasonable.
What?
30 million was a lot to spend on Baka.
No, I'll disagree with you.
I don't know
17.
if that-
He scored 17 goals with their absolute garbage midfield. No one was creating anything. He scored 17 goals. Imagine
Sorry.
putting him on a team like Arsenal, putting a team like City, putting him on a team like Barca. If he played for Barca, he could have scored 30 goals easily.
I could play for Barca and score 30 goals.
Okay,
like
that's a
seriously,
stretch.
like you have
But
Neymar,
come on.
you have Neymar and
Put him
Messi
in front of
setting
a
up.
team with
Yeah, of
actual
course.
midfield. Honestly, if Napoli buy with the money they're getting for Higuain bought Baka could easily score 20 goals plus. A lot more than that. So saying Baka is not worth the 30
he's not
mil.
worth 30.
No,
because he's 28 years old.
Okay, yes, the age.
He's
But
28
they
years
don't
old.
care. He can score goals, and Milan just like, we need goals. We don't care about the price. And you know what?
We
If
need
they should have got,
defense. You can
No.
you can score as many goals as you want. If you can't defend
we need
whatsoever,
defense and midfield.
we're gonna lose.
We need defense because we can't, because Donnarumma can't do everything for us.
Yeah.
And we need midfield because who's going to feed the ball to the strikers? The strikers can't score if they don't get the ball, right?
Yeah.
That's the problem we had with Destro last year. No one gave him the ball. How could he score? It's not that Destro
Yeah.
played bad. Baka, he played a lot better than he should have. Not that he played better than he should have, but with the team
He missed a
around
lot of
him.
chances though.
No, but with the team around him, he did a lot better than
Yeah,
he
but
should have.
he okay. Fair enough. He did a lot better than he should have. Well, no, 30
Because-
million. You expected him to score a lot more than 17 goals.
If it wasn't for Baka, we'd be.
If it wasn't for Donnarumma, we'd be relegated.
Okay, Donnarumma,
not
Baka, both. More Donnarumma, but
Okay,
Baka played a big part.
Baka scored 17 goals, yeah, but it was Donnarumma that really saved us.
After Baka, Bonaventura scored 6 goals. What does that say about the Milan team?
It says that Donnarumma saved our ass. That's
Yeah.
what it says.
Okay.
And okay, Baka did well too, but
I'm not the biggest fan of Baka, but come on. He's done
Shit,
very well
for
for what
30
what
million.
he's for the environment that he's put in. He's done very well.
yeah,
That's unfair to say about him.
you know what? I guess with the guys behind him, you can't really expect them to score 36 goals like Higuain did. But
Yeah, look at the talent they had in Napoli for midfield. Like, come on, Hamšík, Jorginho, Gabbiadini. Like, come on.
yeah,
But whatever.
I guess.
Let's do your predictions. We can go about Milan for a long time.
I'm just saying 30 million is a lot for a 28-year-old striker. But so be it, I guess.
Hey, if we can sell him for more than he's worth, I'm not complaining.
Apparently Chelsea was offering 60, so I don't know why we'd say no to that. Anyways, just like he said, Juventus, it's a no-brainer. Juventus just look too strong at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, like I said, maybe Napoli in a year or so. Roma possibly. Sadly, even Inter maybe. But Juventus just look too good as of right now to really knock off the pedestal there. So that's our predictions for next season, I guess. And any last words?
Milan is, let me check that. We have 57 points, Inter 6 points. We are 10 points off Inter. Inter are in 4th place and Milan are in 7th. Like, you know what? Inter did spend a lot of money, a lot more than Milan did, but come on. Seriously, Inter? No.
No,
I'm just salty. I'm just salty. Don't.
Hey, you know what? Like I said,
They're actually trying. You think, hey,
they have a
Milan...
lot more money than
Oh,
they spent
believe-
a lot more money than we did. But,
Yeah, but you think Berlusconi would be like, hey, no, it's Inter, not happening. You
Yeah.
know, you think he has more issue, he has more beef with Roma and spends 30 million on Bertolacci.
It was 20, but yeah.
Well, yeah, it's 30 for Romagnoli, but yeah.
That was actually a reasonable buy, though, because he's actually going to be a promising defender, hopefully, in the future for us.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's our Serie video, guys, I guess, before we get really salty. And we will do a very short La Liga video next.
Alright.